Congratulations, guys. Made it to the weekend. So I'm going to be working hard this weekend. It's going to be the biggest week in crypto, certainly the biggest week since I've been in crypto, since 2020, that is. So we've got the presidential election, we've got the FOMC, that's the rate decision. Both events are going to impact the market. They're going to impact the market significantly. Because of that, things like ICP are range bound, trading in a range. The bulls aren't winning, the bears aren't winning. There's nothing but indecision. And we said we need to wait for one thing. I'd said on the YouTube channel, I put this post up yesterday on the YouTube channel, Bitcoin's pulling back. I'm expecting Bitcoin to pull back to 69 to 69,500, see how price reacts to get signals as to what's going to happen in the rest of the crypto market. Bitcoin pulled back. Bitcoin hit 69 to 69,500. We've had a strong reaction from there, so it's going to be a case of monitoring, guys. And this is going to be the front runner to tell us whether ICP is going to start that new parabolic run going into the new bull market. And in this video, we're going to talk about not just ICP, but the cobweb that is finance, how everything is linked together and how everybody, the whole world is waiting for the next week. As far as the news is concerned, the presidential elections, who's going to be elected in the US next week, is going to be the driving factor for the markets. You can see, no matter where you look within the markets at the moment, we've got indecision. Nobody knows what way the market's going to move because nobody knows who the president's going to be. Then you've got the FOMC on the back of that. And we know one thing, FOMC. Let's have a look. We know that FOMC has been the driving factor for the crypto market since the Fed pivot. The Fed pivoted, then it was, how much is the Fed going to reduce rates? Is it going to be 25 basis points? Is it going to be 50 basis points? And that's been the driving factor, and that's been the sentiment behind the crypto market moving this year. So the FOMC is overshadowed by the presidential elections, but one thing that I'm thinking, FOMC is 2 days later. Is the FOMC going to be influenced by the presidential election 2 days earlier? If we get Donald Trump president, a crypto president, what's that going to do for the FOMC 2 days later? Are we going to get a 50 basis point rate reduction? Just think about that, guys. So forecasting the upcoming week, US presidential elections overshadows the Fed's rate decision. The financial markets narrative has been the same during the last 6 weeks. That's the indecision. To the last 7 weeks, the investors' eye in presidential elections. And you can see, and this is what I'm talking about, guys, everything is intertwined, everything is interlinked. The US dollar index, that's something that we've been following together, consolidated and was set to post minimum losses. Though it clung to the 104 figure for the second consecutive week, it's been holding that support level that we've been talking about. It failed to break the trend line of resistance at 104.5, and the US presidential election kicks in on November the 4th, but the initial results could be published as early as November the 5th. That's what I'm talking about, guys. The Fed Reserve's monetary policy decision begins on November the 6th. So we've got a jam-packed week to prepare for in crypto. And like I say, there's nothing but indecision, and that includes ICP. So what do we need to happen in the short term for ICP? What do we need to happen in the short term? It's currently bulk between $7.65 and $8.69. We need in the short term a break, and we need a close above the 50-period moving average. Remember in the last couple of videos, guys, this is what we're waiting for. We need this golden cross to happen on ICP. And for the golden cross to happen, this is the 50-period moving average. That's the faster period moving average. We need an increase from price above the 50 and to hold this 50 as support. That's going to give it the uptrend, the moving average, the uptrend that we need. And remember, the faster period moving average needs to cross over the slower period moving average, which is the 200 daily moving average. Then you get your golden cross. So in the short term, we need to break the 50. That's sitting at $8.35. We need to close above the 50. And then what's likely to happen is you're going to bulk between the 200 period moving average and the 50. 50 will be holding support, 200 will be a resistance, 50 is support until you break, close above, and then that's the signal that you need to confirm the new bull run. Once you've closed above the 200 period moving average, that's shown that sentiment's changed, the bulls have got control, and then you can start looking for those higher highs and higher lows. So we do look at Bitcoin, guys. We look at Bitcoin, and like I said on the channel, I posted a post on YouTube yesterday to say that I'm expecting Bitcoin to get a reaction between 69 and 69,500. We've pulled back now. And we've got that reaction. There's 69,000. There's 69,500, and you can see the candle wicked all the way down to 69 and then back up to 69.5. So Currently testing that today, and it's indecision at the moment on Bitcoin. Indecision at the moment. So we've got a doji in play. It means the market doesn't know which way it is going to move. It's likely to happen, guys, for the next few days and then build up to the presidential election. And then the DXY, this is what we were talking about in the news article. The DXY, it's trying to break 104.5. That's the strong resistance on the DXY. And one thing that you can see, guys, is it's broken. It's closed above its 200 moving average. It's holding its 200 moving average as support. So in the short term, what do we need for the DXY? If we get some good news this week with the rate cuts and the elections, we need the DXY to drop. We need the dollar to fall. We need to come back down, act as resistance, and then a move to the downside. That's showing one thing, guys. People are holding dollars because they're scared. People are holding dollars because they're scared. That's what they've been doing up here, holding dollars because they're scared. They don't know what's going to happen in the build up to the election. And this is not just the retail guys. This is smart money. This is institutions. This is people not knowing which way sentiment's going to go. They're waiting for confirmation. So exactly the same thing with dominance, guys. Exactly the same thing. We want a weak dominance for strong altcoins. So you're going to get a double bubble here. We're at resistance on the DXY. We're at strong resistance on the dominance. What happens if we drop dominance, and what happens if we drop the DXY? What do you think happens? If you're selling something, if you're dropping levels, that means people are selling. If people are selling, that means people are coming out of that asset to look into a different asset. Is it going to be a safer asset? Is it going to be a more risky asset? When they're coming out of dollars and when they're coming out of Bitcoin, that means that they're going into one thing. They're going into risk. They're going into altcoins. The signal is the dollars, guys. People go into dollars in time of off risk. Let me emphasize that. So in times of on risk, when people are coming out of the dollars, the least risky asset, and people are coming out of dollars, they've got to be going into more risk, guys. So once they're coming out of Bitcoin, once they're coming out of dollars, then dollars and the Bitcoin are going into one thing. They're going into altcoins. And that's what's going to give us the alt season that we've been waiting for. But we've got to wait for those signals first. Right, okay, guys, so we've got a big week. Like I say, I can't emphasize, this is going to be the biggest week in crypto, certainly since I've been in crypto, and I'm going to be working hard. I'm going to be bringing you regular videos to make sure that we're prepared for what happens, whatever outcome happens during the course of next week. And then are we going to get that rally that we've been waiting for? So don't forget, guys, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. Join our Discord group. It's completely free. I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.